The network has announced that The Walking Dead will be ending after season 11. The Walking Dead is coming to an abrupt end, but it's for the better as the series felt like dragging itself after season 7. The similar thing happened when the writer Robert Kirkman did the same and suddenly ended his decades-long running comic The Walking Dead with issue 193 Farmhouse. As we know that the series wasn't all true to its comic origin, but the ending of comic gave us some idea of how the series might end. Here is the breakdown and explanation of The Walking Dead's ending in comic. The comic issue 193 was very different from previous books and deals with a flash forward. We see a farmland in the countryside where an adult Carl Grimes, his wife Sophia and their daughter Andrea is living in peace. But that peace is interrupted when a walker stumbles on their property and Carl kills him with Michonne's sword. Walkers are not much of a threat these days, as a certain told Carl that this is the first sighting in decades. And this walker might have escaped from the carnival brought to the city by Maggie and Glenn's now adult son Herschel Green. But the walker these days are a precious commodity and Carl is brought to a hearing for destroying someone else's property. Carl's punishment was to find another walker for Herschel, but Carl responded by killing all the Herschel's herd at the middle of the night. The kids in the Walking Dead comic and in the series are always a disappointment. Carl's job is as a messenger, so he heads out once more. Rick Grimes is considered as a legend in the comics and the name Grimes carries a lot of weight. Carl meets up with Lydia, who still wears Rick's hat. On their way out, Carl leaves some supplies at a house, and by the Lucille grave marker we can assume that Negan lives there. Jesus and Aaron are still alive in the comic, as Carl and Lydia's conversation reveals. Carl arrives at West and delivers the message to Eugene Porter, who is building the railway line that will connect East and West camps. After that, Carl returns home and has to face the Judge Hawthorne, who is Michonne, because of him killing the walkers. And then Carl pleads to Michonne that he can't stand to see a walker alive because of all they have lost to these creatures. And Judge Michonne lets Carl go free. Also, Herschel tells Carl that he's not some opportunist, he only does this so that people can know and understand what their families have gone through. Carl returns home and Andrea wants him to read her a story, and he does by reading the story of Rick Grimes, how he lived, suffered and helped build a better world. We see the images of all the characters as Carl reads: Carl, Sophia, Al, Herschel, Maggie, Lydia, Eugene, Laura, Michonne, Aaron, Jesus, Mercer, Princess, Elodie, Sebastian and Pamela. Carl finishes the story and tells Andrea that this is her grandfather's story. This is a very fitting ending, as walkers were never going to go away fully for what they represent. As Rick said in issue 191 that these characters are no longer the Walking Dead, they are the living. That was all for the ending of The Walking Dead in the comic. Thank you for watching the video, like and share. Also comment should the ending of the series be the same or not.